Laissez-faire capitalism. This form of capitalism is as pure as it gets, where the government steps back completely. Businesses are free to operate without any rules or government involvement, letting the market determine things like pricing and jobs. The belief here is that, through competition and individual ambition, the market will naturally drive efficiency and spark innovation. Corporate capitalism. In this version of capitalism, large corporations take center stage. They not only dominate the market but also wield significant influence over political processes. Smaller businesses find it tough to compete because big corporations have the means to shape policies, regulations, and even cultural trends to their advantage. Crony capitalism. Crony capitalism is all about favoritism. Success here doesn't come from product quality or market competition, but rather from close ties with those in power. These connections often lead to special treatment, such as subsidies or exemptions from certain regulations, which ends up creating an unfair marketplace and stifling fair competition. Venture capitalism. In venture capitalism, investors put their money into small, high-risk companies, particularly those in technology and innovative industries. They are hoping these startups will take off. In return, they get partial ownership and some control over business decisions, betting on a big win if the startup becomes a public company or gets bought out. Consumer capitalism. This kind of capitalism revolves around consumer demand. Businesses focus on creating products and services that fulfill people's desires and needs. Advertising, branding, and making customers happy are at the core of this model, with the economy relying heavily on the constant purchasing of consumer goods. Global capitalism involves businesses operating across international borders. Companies outsource production, set up in multiple countries, and often move operations to regions with lower costs. This approach maximizes global profits but can also bring challenges like labor exploitation and harm to the environment. Welfare capitalism merges the free market with a government-provided safety net. Here, the government steps in to offer social support to shield citizens from economic difficulties, aiming to balance the pursuit of profit with public welfare. Social market capitalism. Similar to welfare capitalism, social market capitalism also has a free market but with stronger government oversight. The goal is to allow businesses to flourish while making sure social equality and workers' rights are protected, aiming for a balance between profit and social fairness. Environmental or green capitalism. Green capitalism is all about businesses working sustainably and adopting environmentally friendly practices. Companies try to reduce waste, lower carbon emissions, and use renewable resources, aligning profit goals with environmental protection. Often, their green efforts are highlighted in their branding to attract eco-conscious consumers. Finance capitalism is dominated by banks, financial markets, and investment firms. The focus shifts away from producing physical goods to investing in capital, stocks, and debt. Financial institutions often play a key role in decision-making, even in industries that aren't directly related to finance. Tech capitalism. This model of capitalism is driven by tech companies and their constant innovations. The economy thrives on new inventions, digital products, and rapid advancements in technology. While this brings swift growth, it also means the job market changes fast, requiring new skills all the time. Digital or surveillance capitalism. In digital capitalism, businesses use data to guide their strategies. Companies collect and analyze user information, often through online platforms, to better target advertisements and influence consumer behavior. Sometimes, this includes selling user data, often with limited transparency about how it's used. Merchant capitalism was one of the earliest forms of capitalism, focusing on trade rather than production. Merchants gained wealth by buying products cheaply in one place and selling them for more elsewhere. This practice was common during the Renaissance in Europe and played a major role in expanding global trade. Monopoly capitalism. In monopoly capitalism, a handful of big firms, or even just one, dominate a particular industry, resulting in less competition. These companies can set prices as they wish and control the market, which can be detrimental to consumers and smaller competitors. This type of capitalism became prominent during the Industrial Revolution. Anarcho Capitalism blends the free market with anarchist ideas, aiming for a society without government intervention. Instead, private property, voluntary agreements, and market forces control everything. Even services like security or justice would be managed by private companies rather than the state. Cultural capitalism is about the commercialization of culture, things like art, music, fashion, and tourism. Businesses market these cultural products and tie them to personal identity, lifestyle, and social status, selling not just items but experiences and social meaning. State capitalism. In state capitalism, the government plays a central role in managing the economy, often owning key industries. However, it still allows some level of market competition and private businesses, creating a mix between state control and free enterprise.